Hello everyone. Today we will have a new lesson about programming languages that start with letter V. Vera. Vera is an object-oriented programming language with a self-hosting compiler that generates C code and uses the Go object system. Vera is syntactically similar to C# and includes notable features such as anonymous functions, signals, properties, generics, assisted memory management, exception handling, type inference, and porridge statement. Its developers, Georg Delitter and Raffaele Sandrini, wanted to bring these features to the plain C runtime with little overhead and no special runtimes support by targeting the G object or object system rather than compiling directly to machine code or assembly language. It compiles to a lower level intermediate language. Its source-to-source compiles to C, which is then compiled with a C compiler for a given platform such as GCC. Verilog. Verilog, standardized as IEEE 1364, is a hardware description language or HTL used to model electronic systems. It is most commonly used in the design and verification of digital circuits at the register transfer level of abstraction. It is also used in the verification of analog circuits and mixed signal circuits, as well as in the design of genetic circuits. In 2009, the Verilog standard IEEE 1364/2005 was merged into the System Verilog standard, creating IEEE standard 1800-2009. Since then, Verilog is officially part of the System Verilog language. The current version is IEEE standard 1800-2017. VHTL. VHTL or VHSICHTL or Very High-Speed Integrated Circuit Hardware Description Language is a hardware description language used in electronic design automation to describe digital and mixed signal systems such as field programmable gate arrays and integrated circuits. VHTL can also be used as a general-purpose parallel programming language. In 1983, VHTL was originally developed at the behest of the U.S. Department of Defense in order to document the behavior of the ASICs that supplier companies were including in equipment. The standard MIL-STD454N in Requirement 64 in Section 4.5.1 ASIC documentation in VHTL explicitly requires documentation of microelectronic devices in VHTL. Vim script. Vim, a contraction of V-improve, is a clone with additions of Villejoy's V text editor program for Unix. Vim's author, Bram Moolenaar, based it on the source code for a port of the STB editor to the Amiga and released a version to the public in 1991. Vim is designed for use both from a command line interface and as a standalone application in a graphical user interface. Vim is free and open source software and is released under a license that includes some charityware clauses encouraging users who enjoy the software to consider donating to children in Uganda. The license is compatible with the GNU General Public License through a special clause allowing distribution of modified copies under the GNU GPL version 2 or any later version. Vim's forerunner, Stevie, or ST editor for VI enthusiasts, was created by Tim Thompson for the Atari ST in 1987 and further developed by Tony Andrews and G.R. Fred Walter. Viper. There is also a research-oriented language under development called Viper, a strongly typed Python-derived decidable language. Viper is a contract-oriented Pythonic programming language that targets the Ethereum Virtual Machine or EVM. Ethereum smart contracts are based on different computer language which developers use to program their own functionalities. Visual Data Flex. DataFlex is an object-oriented high-level programming language and a fourth-generation visual tool for GL for developing Windows, web, and mobile software applications on one framework-based platform. It was introduced and developed by Data Access Corporation beginning in 1982. Visual Dialog Script. Visual Dialog Script or VDS is an interpreted programming language for Microsoft Windows. It can be used to create small, fast programs. VDS has a large number of dialogue and graphical elements available to create professional-looking programs. VDS programs have access to the Windows API. Therefore, it is possible to write applications that can perform the same advanced tasks as other programming languages such as Visual Basic, C++, or Delphi. Visual Fax Pro. Visual Fax Pro is a Microsoft data-centric procedural programming language that subsequently became object-oriented. It was derived from Fax Pro, originally known as FaxBase, which was developed by Fax Software beginning in 1984. Fax Technologies merged with Microsoft in 1992, after which the software acquired further features and the prefix Visual Fax Pro 2.6 worked on Mac OS, DOS, Windows, and Unix. Visual Fax Pro originated as a member of the class of languages commonly referred to as X-based languages, which have syntax based on the D-based programming language. Other members of the X-based language family include Clipper and Recital as for database. Visual Fax Pro, commonly abbreviated as VFP, is tightly integrated with its own relational database engine, which extends Fax Pro's X-based capabilities to support SQL query and data manipulation. Visual J++. Visual J++ is a Microsoft's discontinued implementation of Java. Syntax, keywords, and grammatical conventions were the same as Java's. It was introduced in 1996 and discontinued in January 2004, replacing it to a certain extent with J# and C#. Visual Lisp. AutoLisp is a dialect of the programming language Lisp built specifically for use with the full version of AutoCAD and its derivatives, which include AutoCAD Map 3D, AutoCAD Architecture, and AutoCAD Mechanical. Neither the Application Program Interface or API nor the interpreter for execute AutoLisp code are included in the AutoCAD limited product line. AutoLisp was derived from an early version of XLisp, which was created by David Betts. Visual Objects. Visual Objects is an object-oriented computer programming language that is used to create computer programs that operate primarily under Windows. Although it can be used as a general-purpose programming tool, it is almost exclusively used to create database programs. The original Visual Objects project, codenamed ASPEM, was started as part of Nantucket's attempts to bring the Clipper language to Windows and move from the procedural to the object-oriented style. It also converted Clipper from a Pico system to being a true native compiler and introduced more elements of the C language, such as type variables, while including Windows extensions such as COM, ODBC, and later ADO. With its simple data type, it offers the ability to form name-based linkages, which may be used to connect menu events to object methods or form direct linkages between server columns and controls. Visual Prolog. Visual Prolog, formerly known as PDC Prolog and Turbo Prolog, is a strongly type object-oriented extension of Prolog as Turbo Prolog. It was marketed by Berland, but it is now developed and marketed by the Danish firm Prolog Development Center of PDC that originally developed it. Visual Prolog can build Microsoft Windows GUI applications, console applications, DLLs or dynamic link libraries, and CGI programs. It can also link to COM components and to databases by means of ODBC. That's all for the discussion about the programming language. Let's start with letter V. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.